So I made the mistake of challenging my black belt coach to a roll. My coach just recently got promoted to a black belt and he just wants to put it all on me today. He wants to show me the true black belt powers.
So if you want to see me get absolutely destroyed and humiliated, make sure to stick around till the end of this video. As we all know, I am not the strongest wrestler. If you haven't seen the video of me fighting Brandon Reed, you'll clearly see that I am probably the worst wrestler on this planet. Now my pink belt skills tell me to lock in and I pull guard. Or at least attempted, because he just gets this nasty little knee bar. The way that he has my legs preventing from touching each other makes it very difficult to escape this knee bar. My goal would be try to get my hips away from him, but since he's trapped my legs like some sort of meat pretzel, I'm no longer able to even escape that, or get my hips free. Despite all the jokes, Noah is still my favorite role in the gym. He's very technical, which I really do like, and he just gives me a good challenge. Now, one of the hardest things to ever do in jiu-jitsu is go from gi to no gi. So Noah here hits me with a nasty uchimata, but it doesn't quite work, so instead he enters in on this really cool leg lock. And if you think he's highlight reeling me now, just wait for later. Majority of my rolls with Noah, I spend a lot of time trying to defend all these leg locks, but he has so many to counter. But like Master Eddie Bravo said, with great leg locks come with great escapes. And yo, if you guys like the gear I'm wearing, make sure to check out X Martial. Not only do they have some of the best technical gear and style, they also support a lot of jiu-jitsu communities. And they're always giving back, so they gave me a code to share with you guys. Use code Carter15. After that short little ad break, we continue in this crappy leg lock position. Every time I get put in a leg lock, I feel like I'm losing brain cells just trying to fight out of it. But like Eddie Bravo said earlier, with leg locks come great leg lock defense. And now I try to stand back up and get to my feet, but he decides to Brandon Reed me and jump over my back. And if you have no clue what I mean, make sure to go check out the video where I rolled with Brandon Reed, which he absolutely destroyed me. And we start back standing. I try for a crappy collar tie and a really terrible single leg. And I must have learned something from Brandon Reed, because I actually learned how to finish a single leg. But instead I have to let my inner Joseph Chen out, and I have to try and guard pass here. I pop my head out and I get this underhook, and I try to go for a back take, but instead he just sweeps me over. Now I'm gonna have to play some amazing open guard game and not let him have my ankle. But he uses this as bait to pin down my leg and try and shut down my hip mobility so he can pass. I see that there's back exposure here, which gives me an attempt to try to go for a leg lock, but he's really smart, so he's able to try to go for a half mount and then goes right into Kesuka Gatami. Here from Kesuka Gatami, he's setting up some short little armbar, but that doesn't quite work because we all know I'm basically all bones and flexibility. But I am now under severe pressure underneath this Kesuka Gatami, and I try to get out and he works onto this nasty Dars. My goal is to get to my knees as fast as I can and not let him finish this choke. So he decides to be nice and just stands up with it. My number one goal is to always push on their hips to get out of things, and that usually works for guillotines and darces. And I tried to attack a Timu version of a guillotine, but instead now he goes for a single leg. He might as well just send me 2-3 years to Dagestan after that one. But now we're in a terrible position. It's called side control. He has my head pinned down like a snake, so I'm kinda cooked here. But the one thing I can do is move my hips, so I do exactly that. I use a little bit of my inner Craig Jones and I start using a bit of octopus guard, only to get my back almost taken. Now we're in a terrible position, the battle of the footlocks. Since Noah's legs are super far from me, I try to enter onto this nasty little rolling Dars. But I can't exactly finish it because he rolls to his knees like I did earlier. But then my little pink belt brain decides that it's not enough, so I try to finish this choke again. But as I circle around to the back, he does like a little bit of a Granby roll. And yet here we are in another leg entanglement. Right now I'm a little bit worried that he's trying to go for a little bit of a tread lock, but since I push his knee to the floor, he can't actually finish this. So since he's on his side, he's not going to be able to finish the tread lock, which means I can pull out my knee and free my knee line. But I need to free my knee line, so I do exactly that. But then I enter right back into this position where my posture is low, and I allow him to shoot up a triangle. This is called a triangle. It's basically with the arm and the leg, and probably the most embarrassing choke in jiu-jitsu. But not only am I getting emoted on right now, there's nothing I can do to prevent that while I'm in this. As we have an ongoing joke saying that he's never going to triangle me, and yet he gets it on video. Great. And if you're enjoying this style of content, please be sure to subscribe, because I'm making videos just like this all the time. And yeah, I just got thrown like some sort of chimpanzee. And I land back on bottom, my favorite position. I start to leg pummel like a 5-year-old, and I enter in onto a single leg X. And since I extended my leg too far, he's entered in on a sock lock while I'm trying to finish a heel hook. But bro really said nope, not today, and he starts entering in on a nasty Berimbolo and getting the RNC. So if you all enjoyed this video, big thanks to Noah for letting me record this. So don't forget to subscribe, because I can't make these videos without you guys. You guys make these possible.